Hello, and welcome to another edition of the Diamond Cooper Show, coming to you live over the airways of YouTube from my hometown of Washington, D.C., 3 times a week. Hopefully, next week we'll get back to the 3 day schedule of Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Due to unforeseen circumstances, I had to reschedule my shootings today. So, got the Cowboys and the Lions tonight. So, I'm only going to be with y'all shortly because I got to get to the game, but I got a few things to get to with you. Thank you to everybody who has liked and subscribed so far. And if you're just joining, make sure you hit that like, that subscribe, and support your boy. And I'm going to keep bringing that content. And as always, we start with our first segment. For real. Now, I rock with my players that's on my teams because they on my teams. But sometimes, man, we got to scale back with the talking if we haven't really backed it up. So Michael Parsons, he has his podcast and he has some things to say about Brock Purdy's performance against the Baltimore Ravens, the 4 interceptions and, being critical of him. And I mean, honestly speaking, we ain't got to be critical of them because they beat our ass 42-10. If I get my ass with 42-10, I don't got nothing to say until I get a chance to see you again, get my get back, and then I'm going to talk all type of trash after that. So Deebo Samuels, he responded, he had some choice words for Micah. But it's one thing when you dominate and you affect a certain game and you bust somebody's ass, and then you say that. But when they beat you by 32, you probably don't need to be saying all that, Micah. For real. Now, I do agree with you, and I empathize with you, but one thing. Just in case y'all didn't know, Micah Parsons has not had a holding called like he's drawn one, like called on the person who was blocking him since October 16th versus the Chargers. That's 38 quarters. 38 quarters. Crazy. So he has reason to complain about the officiate not going his way. But to talk trash to the teams that bust our ass, come on, Micah. We get to see him in the playoffs, then go off on Brock Purdy, shut him down, then you got the right to talk, bro. Not when you get your ass whooped. And that's coming from a fan of the team and you as a player, the best defensive player on our team. Talk on the field, bro. Trust me. It comes out a whole lot better when you do your talking on the field. Quick congratulations to Joe Flacco. Did it again. 37-20. Cleveland beat the Jets. First playoff berth since 2020. Flacco, 309 yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. They did kind of take their foot off the gas a little bit in the second half, just a little bit. But it was 34-17. They was killing them all over. And Njoku was over 100 yards in the first quarter. I thought he was going for Shannon Sharp record. But they kind of died it down. But they held on. Good win. Congratulations to the Cleveland Browns. Back in the playoffs. Joe Flacco. Great story, man. Great story. 13 touchdowns, 8 interceptions, 1,600 yards. 5 games. It's crazy. Much props to Joe Flacco and the Cleveland Browns. They're going to be a tough out in the playoffs, too. Number 1 defense. Myles Garrett in the conversation for the Defensive Player of the Year. Got to watch them. Got to check them out. Russell Wilson. Now, we heard the reports that I spoke about before when they were saying that they was trying to, not play Russ because they didn't want him to get hurt because of the extra $37 million he would get when the March New Year comes in and he's able to pass the physical. Isn't able. So if he got hurt, he wouldn't be able to pass the physical. Then they got to give him $37 million more. Russ comes out, not only confirms that, but Russ says that they came to him after he beat Kansas City and then asked him to restructure his injury guarantees. And Russ admitted that they told him if he didn't adjust it, they was going to bench him. Man done had basically like a Hall of Fame career. A couple of Super Bowls, even though we know Beast Mode should have got that ball against New England on the one. We all know that. But I mean, Russ has done enough in this league and been consistent enough in this league that you got to give him a little bit more respect than that. I mean, $37 million is a lot of money. And yes, he's getting $39 million regardless next year. That's automatic. But For the people who make $75,000 a year, if your employer come to you and say they want you to take that 75, take 20 off of it, and then you only make 55 so they can go hire so-and-so. Nah, you're not trying to do that. So why is he supposed to sign a contract, get the injury guarantee in his contract, but because y'all want to move on from me and y'all don't want me no more, even though he's thrown 26 touchdowns against 6 interceptions, tied for 6 in the NFL. They 6-3 in the last 9 games, and they 1 game out the playoff hunt. Still got a chance to win the division. And you bench me because I'm not going to give y'all no money back? Do y'all give players money back when you find them? No. When you suspend players and then they lose those game checks, do y'all give that money back? No, not if the players don't appeal and win. So that's crazy, man. I'm kind of surprised because Russ normally takes the high road about a lot of stuff, but I'm glad Russell Wilson keeping it real and exposing like how the NFL treat the players. You know, you pay me to come here. I sign it. I'm out in the field actually playing good this year. The offense ain't great, but they got a couple of players that are underperforming. But he's not one of them this year. And they went to Buffalo. They beat Kansas City. They've been playing good. Keep exposed. NFL players, NBA, everybody. Keep putting it out there how they do y'all wrong so that y'all can get y'all just due. And for the NFL players, because y'all don't get fully guaranteed contracts, most of you, man, get your money. Don't give them nothing back because they're not giving y'all no money back if they take it. Once you sign that and that's your bag, get your bag, Russ. Get all the money that you can. Even though they're going to designate you for post June 1st, and then that's how they're going to get out of the $37 million because you won't be on the active roster, which is cruddy. But hey, that's how the NFL works. We know it. But hey, good job, Russ. Way to let us know how they current it. But Denver, y'all wrong as shit for that. Y'all wrong. Could give us this money back or we going to bench you. Bench me then. I'm going to get paid anyway. I'd take $39 million to sit on my couch. Shit, I'd take $3,900 right now. Man, oh man, hopefully Russ lands somewhere next year and then he can have revitalize his career, rejuvenated a little bit before his time up, man, because, they kind of saying that this little stint in Denver is hurting his Hall of Fame career. I can't really say I'm not a voter, but I'd like to see him go out in a better situation, at least with a chance to win something, at least make the playoffs with a different team something. Do y'all remember Dante Hall? He was a wide receiver / kick returner. He was really known for his kick returns. They used to call him the human joystick. He wore number 82, was short. It's kind of like Tyreek Hill with the quickness. I don't think he wasn't as fast as Tyreek Hill. He was faster than most then. But he had some criticism for Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes and said they was acting spoiled because of their, exuberant behavior recently towards the refs, media, etc. Have you been watching what they've been dealing with, Dante Hall? Their offensive tackles, both of them together, have the most offensive penalties in the NFL. Holdings, pre-snap, they got the most penalties. When you was playing, wouldn't that have frustrated you when you was on the field? Would that have not frustrated your quarterback? You seeing all these drop passes, like 40-something. Drop passes, man. Drop passes, dudes lining up off sides. I know you used to play for them, and a lot of the time, this is my thing, though. A lot of the time, just because dudes used to play in the NFL, they think that their perspective is just automatic. Like everybody just supposed to just like agree with what they saying just because they played before. Nah, niggas, some of y'all niggas played the game wrong, and some of y'all had the wrong mentality when y'all was playing the game. And some of y'all wasn't as smart as you be acting like you are. So when some of these players come out and criticize the players, what they dealing with now, you not in the locker room dealing with that with them. So you can't tell them how they need to conduct themselves or how they need to let their frustrations out. They used to excellence. 5 straight AFC championship games, all at home, 3 Super Bowls, 2 wins. They used to succeed. They're not used to people falling off. the whole year. No, you make your little mistakes, you have your little bumps and everything early in the year, and by this time of the year, you turn that thing around and you get ready to go into the playoffs riding high, and they ain't looking good because the people outside of Travis Kelce and Patrick Mahomes aren't looking that sweet. So before you ex-players get to criticizing these dudes for how they act, it's a new era, it's a new generation, it's the social media age. People get to see and hear more. Back when you was playing and back in the days when I grew up playing football, you didn't know what nobody in Missouri had to say about you. You didn't know what nobody in California, New York had to say about you because you wasn't there. But now with the social media, you can just go on your page and pick up your phone and pop. You just get to see everything. Oh, damn, who said what? And a lot of these dudes, you know, it frustrates them. And even if they don't do a whole lot in public, it's going to build up, man. And eventually you're going to cut somebody on the sideline. You're going to toss your helmet, one of those little iPads. It's going to happen, man. So before we get so critical about how these dudes react when they get frustrated, I'm sure you had some frustrating times too, whether it was done the same way or not. Everybody has their own worldview, and they're going to respond to adverse situations differently. So instead of criticizing them, understand where they're coming from, take the context of the situation into consideration, and then make your conclusion. But make it a positive one. Talking about sport and people crying and calling them brats. You know what I'm saying? Y'all doing too much with all that shit. Keep it professional. Give your professional opinion, but have some respect for what you're saying. Because if you dropped the punt and went to the sideline open, you wouldn't have liked it if somebody said you was acting spoiled, would you? Mr. Joystick. Oh, my goodness. But hey, it is what it is. Everybody entitled to their opinion. But just because you got a platform don't mean you got to use your own personal terms to describe people, especially if you don't know what they're going through. And if you can relate, then give them something to innovate. We got to stop coming with all this negativity towards each other, man. We got to kill that shit. Before I get into the matchups, the college football playoff and everything, the Detroit Pistons have lost 28 straight games. 28 in the NBA. Now, we know when Philly was doing the process thing when Jordan B first got drafted, he was hurt, Ben Simmons was hurt. They didn't really have a lot of players. They won a lot of games like this over the course of a 2-year span. I believe it was 15-16 or 14-15. 28. They was up 21 on Boston the other night. Boston came back, beat them in overtime, 128-122. Man, I just had to mention it because I don't know if y'all was aware. 28 straight, that's hard to do, man. Like, you luck up and get a win. You luck up. It's hard to do. So I don't know how y'all feel about that. If you've been watching basketball, if you're a Detroit Piston fan, I feel for you. Monty Williams, great head coach. Know he knows what he's doing. Got a young team. I feel bad for him though, man. 28 straight. Damn. And then they've been up in a lot of these games too. Boy, oh boy. Shout out to the Lakers. We got another win. We beat Charlotte the other night, 133-112. 80 and Braun had regular nights. 80 had like 26 and 8. Braun had 17 and 11 rebounds, 4 assists. And we got like 63 points off the bench. Austin Reeves and D'Lo had 16 each. I'm telling y'all, start finding this rhythm, string together a good win, like a good 12 out of 15, 12 out of 16. Start creeping up those West standards. Don't sleep now. Don't sleep. And we might make a move too to improve this even better. And y'all got to check out, before I get to the matchups in the college football playoff and everything, man, before I get ready for this Cowboy game, if y'all haven't been watching, y'all got to check out this young brother, Tyrese Halliburton for Indiana, man. This boy is nice, man. He got the awkward shot and everything, the set shot with his feet. Kind of reminds me of the young boy used to play for Houston. Kevin, help me out if you listen. He was scoring a lot. He was up there with the league leaders in scoring. Kevin Martin. And he had the little set shot. Tyrese Halliburton, though, when they beat Chicago the other night, 120-104, he had 21 points, 20 assists, and no turnovers. Man, 21, 20 assists, no turnovers. Second player to do that, Chris Paul did it with the Clippers when he had Blake Griffin. Remember when they was live city, he was throwing it up Blake Griffin, but just yamming on everybody. So congratulations to Tyrese Halliburton. And if y'all haven't been watching the NBA, and if y'all have, but you haven't checked out Indiana, now they don't play a whole lot of defense. So they give up a lot of points. And they're hovering around 500. But this boy is nice. He is nice. Y'all got to check him out. Tyrese Halliburton. Check him out. One more thing. Today is a great day for a couple of other reasons, too. Two of the greatest in their sports was born today. So out of my love for sports, I'm going to send out happy birthdays to Tiger Woods and LeBron James. Man, both of them born on the same day. Who'd have thunk it? Tiger, 82 PGA Tour wins, tied for the most all time. He has 15 major wins, second most all time behind Jack Nicklaus. The old timers, y'all remember who Jack Nicklaus was, like that. 3-time Grand Slam and a 2022 World Golf Hall of Fame inductee. Mean career. LeBron, 19-time All-Star, 19-time All-NBA, 4 MVPs, 4 Finals MVPs, the last one with my Lakers. All-time leading scorer. Remember he did that last year with the headband and gave y'all this. Y'all see the commercial with him like this when he broke Kareem record, 39,380 points and counting. And he only played in NFL history with a Finals MVP, 3 different teams. 2 great careers. They both still playing. LeBron in better shape. We know Tiger had a lot of injuries off the golf course and everything. But happy birthday to 2 greats, Tiger Woods, LeBron James. I didn't watch golf at all. I didn't even watch while Tiger was playing. But I like when they showed the highlights. I'm sorry, y'all. I cannot sit through a golf game. I just can't do it. I can't do it. I watch the highlights because that's going to show me all the putts that were spectacular and all the extraordinary, driving and everything that they're doing. Eagles, birdies. I understand the game, but I don't watch it like that. But when Tiger was playing, I did check out his highlights whenever SportsCenter came on. Moving right along, Monday night on New Year's, we got the College Football Playoff. Michigan, Alabama, Washington, and Texas. Alabama's quarterback, Jalen Milroe, for those who don't know, early in the year, when they started out, was a little shaky. He got benched, after the South Florida game. For the South Florida game, which they barely won 17-3. He got reinserted back into the starting lineup. They won 11 straight. And while he was doing his press conference, he was asked about had anybody tried to talk to him about playing different positions as he was coming up. And he said that Bill O'Brien, who is the offensive coordinator for the New England Patriots now, used to be head coach of the Houston Texans when they had Deshaun Watson, DeAndre Hopkins, for those who don't remember. And he was just at Alabama as offensive coordinator. He was offensive coordinator at Alabama when Mac Jones was there, who's in New England, and he was there with Jalen Milroe last year. He said that Bill O'Brien told him he should change positions, and that motivated him and got him to where he is today. Like, we all find little nuggets of information, a little motivation, especially when you're a competitor. You want somebody to talk trash. I want somebody to talk shit. Like, yeah, say all that stuff. Say what you got to say. Pump me up. Call me trash. Say I'm a bum. Say you're going to do this. Like, all that right there, when you're a competitor, you get revved up, So I don't knock him for utilizing that as fuel, but publicizing it, you got to back it up. And unfortunately for Jalen Milroe, I am taking the Michigan Wolverines minus the 1.5 points. Take the Michigan Wolverines Monday night. And then the other matchup, Michael Penix Jr., playing quarterback, lefty, doing a great job for the Washington Huskies, undefeated season. They're going up against the Texas squad that beat Alabama early in the year, took a loss in the Red River rivalry, the last Red River rivalry we'll see for God knows how long, pardon my French. but I got a little distracted, people coming in. So Texas looks like the play here, but I'm not so sure about the 4 points because Washington can't score. I believe Texas can get up and get like a little lead, double-digit lead, but Penix is possible. He has the potential and the propensity to come down late in the game and get a touchdown that could probably close it. So I would take Texas money line. With Michigan, give up the 1.5. Over Texas, take the money line. NFL playoff picture is heating up. It's heating up. And we got the matchups going on now. Let's see which ones I'm gonna get to for y'all. I'm gonna give you the jewels as we go along. So make sure you pay attention now. We got Atlanta going to Chicago. Now, even though Chicago is not mathematically eliminated, one loss will kill them. And even if they win, a few teams ahead of them win, that can knock them out too. But they're still playing for pride, still playing for jobs. Justin Fields still trying to show he deserves to be the quarterback. Could you bring me one of them, love? You got to get a beverage. We're having a good time. We got to get started, get ready to see them boys. Y'all know how it goes. Well, thank you, dear. Y'all got something to drink? Hold up, toast. Whatever you're drinking, soda, water, juice, brew, drinks, whatever you got, toast to you. Atlanta, Chicago. Atlanta only averages 13 points on the road. They average 22.9 at home. So this is what I suggest. Chicago's defense actually has played better at home lately. So what I would do is take the under, 38. I don't see Atlanta getting a lot of points, a lot of running by both sides. Both of their defensive, their second line, their linebackers are pretty good with their tackling in the run game. Atlanta has a young stud at linebacker. Chicago, since they got Sweat over there, their defense been playing a little better. We're going to take the under in that game. Now, the year to back up. That's what complicates a lot of these bets because you have games that you might like, but then quarterback out, key play out, changes your mind a little bit. But in this game, this is for the NFC South. Tampa Bay is hosting New Orleans. Tampa Bay -2.5. Baker Mayfield and them balling. They won 26-9 on October the 1st. And they won 3 in a row against New Orleans. The average score, 21-11. We're going under. Not a lot of points, but I think it's going to be a close game. So that 3, 2.5, it keep fluctuating back and forth. Could be a potential lockup in there. So if you can catch it with a half and 2.5, and you want to take Tampa Bay to win by a field goal, it's probably going to come to that. But I personally would just take the under. Last 3 games that they've matched up, only averaged 32 total points. Long drives, not a whole lot of points. 2 unders for you. Atlanta versus Chicago, under 38. New Orleans at Tampa Bay, under 42.5. Now, for tonight, just for the record, y'all know what we do at home, right? Yep. 15 straight this year, averaging 40, winning by a dub. So you know it's not a secret. You need to take them Cowboys tonight. Not even a secret. They go interesting one for you. Philadelphia at home hosting Arizona. Getting off the snide, beating the Giants, even though the Giants got back into the game and everything. Kyler Murray, dangerous as a road dog. Philadelphia, 0-8 against the spread. Their last 8 games in December or later. They're giving up double digits. Don't look now, but the Arizona Cardinals is going to cover that 10.5 points. Trust your boy. Miami and Baltimore. This is for Baltimore wins. They clinch the number 1 seed. If they lose to Miami, Miami wins the next game at Buffalo, the final game, then Miami will be the number 1 seed. A lot on the line, no Jalen Waddle. That's the problem against Baltimore's defense. They just played San Francisco last week. Mike McDaniel, San Francisco product. They run the same offense. Expect Baltimore to slow them down again. Slow them down, just like they did Baltimore. Slow the same offense down again. They might be able to do some little, some trickery stuff that San Fran might not have in the bag. But I don't think it's going to make much of a difference. Because right now, Baltimore is wagging and be rocking with Baltimore. So remember, Atlanta, Chicago game under. New Orleans and Tampa Bay game under. Take them Cowboys tonight. Baltimore Ravens. And for some weird reason now, double-digit favorites on the road don't normally do that well, just honestly speaking. But San Francisco, coming off that ass whooping they just took and coming here to my home city to play the Commanders, San Fran covered 4 straight road games, and they covered 4 straight as a road favorite. Jacoby Brissett playing instead of Sam Howell, but now he popped up on the injury report, questionable with a groin injury, so we got to see if he's going to be able to go. He hasn't been playing that much, only thrown 20-something passes. So if he can't go, Howell come back in, all those interceptions, y'all probably are safe going with them 49ers too, because I personally might not, but it's very good chance that I'm going to get those points up on the road. Baltimore, San Francisco is a bonus. If you got the guts to give it that money on the road, it's very possible that they're going to beat the snot out them people. So don't be too reluctant. If you feel it, you're like this, man, I think San Fran going to go ahead and go, because I think they're going to. It's just weird with me because I don't really like betting on Washington games. I like giving it to other people and let them get the money. Just like I do with the Cowboy games, I like giving it to other people, let them get the money, because I don't like Washington. So if I put money on them and lose, it's going to be double for me. I'm going to be double angry. And I like the Cowboys, so if I bet with my emotion, now I have won money with the Cowboys. Actually, this season I hit, and I had Dallas and Washington on it. So I know when to go, when not to. But you can't get your emotion involved in that, man, when you're talking about the pocket. Don't go together. Emotions, pocket, don't mix. So don't get to doing that. And CJ Stroud, as a note, he'll be back for Houston this week. They plan to get into the playoffs. 1 game behind. No, they tied with Jacksonville. Jacksonville is without Trevor Lawrence. So CJ Beathard, who's barely played since he's been in the league, is going to get a start against Carolina, who, currently got the number 1 overall pick, 2-13. Jacksonville really need that game. That's a hard one to call right there, y'all. It's a hard one to call. No Trevor Lawrence. Jacksonville doesn't seem like they done fell off. Houston gets CJ Stroud back. They on the up and up. Indianapolis is on the up and up. They play the Raiders. That's going to be interesting. And just a note, just for y'all to know, the Raiders, since Antonio Pierce started after the firing of Josh McDaniels at head coach, they are 6-1 against the spread, and they 4-1 as an underdog. So if you like underdogs, Las Vegas might be good for you. Hold on. Just another note for y'all before I get out of here about the Baltimore-Miami game. Miami 0-3 as a dog. 0-3 as a road dog. And we got the number 1 defense versus the number 1 offense within the last 2 weeks of the season for only the 4th time since the 1970 merger. And the weird part, the number 1 offense won 3 out of the previous 4. So this will be the 5th time, pardon me. This will be the 5th time. And the number 1 offense won 3 out the previous 4. Something to think about, Baltimore. Before I get out of here, I want to shout out my guy, bro, J-Rock, Wood, Lucky, Luciano, everybody from the Wash, Molly, Uncle Mike, Aunt Ida, Top Hat, Jug, everybody, man. Peace and love. Getting ready to watch them Cowboys. Oh, and one more thing. Did y'all hear the statement by Cameron Diaz talking about she wanted to normalize sleeping in a separate bed, like from the person that you're in a relationship with? Y'all heard that? Yeah, what y'all think about that? Y'all can let me know about that in the comments too. Y'all can do it at any time. If you and your person is together, now I understand if you're getting a little argument or something, you want to simmer down. So, the man might leave out, go sleep on the couch. Most of the time, we the ones got to leave out, go sleep on the couch. But if it's another room or another wing or whatever the case might be, and you're arguing, yeah, okay. But if just regularly, like, we don't sleep together at all, I'll forget all that. I'd be up in your room every night. What y'all think about that? Hey, man, enjoy the weekend. Enjoy the football. I will see you on New Year's, but I won't see you before New Year's. So I'm going to tell you Happy New Year's now. Hit that like, boop. Hit that subscribe, boop. button. Tell your people to tell their people to mess with your boy and hit that button so we can keep this thing growing, man. Peace and love. Happy New Year.